Hey guys, what's up? In light of Resident Evil 8 Village coming out, I will be reviewing every major installment in the Resident Evil franchise. And 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 this afternoon I will be reviewing Resident Evil 1. Now, now basically Resident Evil is you are either Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, and the game lets you choose, and and you and your partner, the name and identity of your partner depends on if you choose Chris or Jill. And Albert Wesker, a legendary Resident Evil antagonist, Albert Wesker, are the only three survivors of your police squadron sent in to investigate what happened to Bravo team. And 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 on the way there, your team gets completely ambushed by something on the way to the crash site, and to escape, everyone just books it for the mansion, which is literally the only quote unquote safe area in the entire field that they're in. And as your team are rushing towards the mansion, everyone is killed except for you three. And 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 basically you get separated, and the whole game is for you to not only figure out where your team went, that being your partner in Wesker, but also to figure out what the heck is going on inside of this mansion. This this game really was very inventive, and it really reimagined and completely reinvented the whole survival horror genre. Like before Resident Evil 1, the scariest games around were games such as Doom and Quake. So this game just really helped just completely uh, blow open. Without Resident Evil 1, arguably we would not have a Silent Hill 1, and many scary games um, have have been very clearly influenced by Resident Evil 1. But having said that, does the game hold up? The original one, no. I first started this game series just a few years ago, so I was not alive when the original game came out. Um, so I'm not saying that the game itself is bad, because the actual game itself at the time it would have been incredible and very terrifying. But the graphics are pretty much unreadable. You can't see anything. I I love retro graphics. I kind of strange about that. I love the look of like a really old, really terrible graphic look. But the graphics for this game are so old and so outdated that Chris Redfield just looks like a bunch of pixels. Honestly, he I couldn't see where I was going, what I looked like. I couldn't see anything. when I started, when I played through the original, and and not only did the graphics look terrible, but also uh, the fixed camera option, um, paired with paired with uh, I'm sorry guys, I have a stutter, so that's why I kind of get caught up. The fixed camera options paired with the tank controls is personally, to me, the worst combination in video game history. Um, for those of you who don't know what what tank controls are, basically they are this. Um, this game, as I've already stated, utilizes the fixed camera option. So now let's say that the camera is facing this way, and if Chris or Jill is facing this way, you would think that to go forward, you would need to push the stick diagonal right to go forward, because that's what would happen now, but not for Resident Evil. You have to push the stick up or forward to go this way. And if you want to turn back this way, you would think that you hit diagonal left. But if you hit diagonal left and then you turn this way instead of this way, it's whack. It's really whack. It's in my opinion the worst combination is fixed camera and tank controls, and it makes it really hard to tell where you're going, and it makes it way harder. And so also there's no crosshair in the original, so you don't know where you're shooting. You can't see where you're shooting because it's not traditional over the shoulder third over the shoulder third person. It's fixed camera looking this way or this way, and it's hard. But thankfully, Capcom remastered it. They did remaster it years and years ago on the GameCube, but I've never owned one, so I never got a chance to play the original remastered copy until it came out on Xbox One. And this game is incredible. I can see why gamers back in 1996 were so blown away by this game, because when I first sat down with the remastered copy, they fixed the graphics. The graphics of the remastered copy look gorgeous. They are so gorgeous. They completely redid the entire game, and it looks so much better. I can actually see what Chris Redfield's face looks like, instead of just weird, like, moving pixels. And most of all, they fixed the tank controls. There are no more tank controls. Remember that a scenario that I talked about from from earlier, the fixed camera is this way and Chris is on this way. Well, now, for the remastered, moving the stick diagonal right does move him forward, and it makes it so much more investing, so much more interesting. And I love the fixed camera in this game, because fixed camera with normal, regular controls can make for a very haunting, very terrifying experience, and that's what they give you, because it's very scary. This you could be walking down the hall, and because of where the fixed camera is there's a there is a doorway that's completely hidden, and then a zombie like very silently walks out, and it's very anxiety inducing. There's also little to no dialogue and little to no music in this entire game, which um sorry, which in my opinion really makes it so much cooler and so much scarier. Because in the main dining hall you hear nothing but a giant clock going, and it's very loud. And when you're walking down that room, that's literally all that you can hear. It's very frightening, because it makes you think that at any moment a zombie is going to jump out at you. The remastered copy of Resident Evil 1 made this game, in my opinion, so much more modern, and it really shows how to us modern gamers how truly fantastic that Resident Evil 1 was. It makes it just as good now as it was then. The remastered copy of this game also has the option to resort the graphics back to the original and to put on the tank controls again. If you are one of those people who thinks that Resident Evil 1 is not Resident Evil 1 without the original graphics and the tank controls, well then, there you go. All you have to do in the remastered copy is to set the graphics back to the original and to set the controls from normal to tank controls, and then you're good. And also, this game right here, this game cost me $50 on Amazon, and it was the only copy I could find. And it's not even the original. The original, it's the director's cut version. So I would just save you a ton of money, a ton of time, and a ton of heartache, and just get to the Resident Evil Origins collection. It gives you Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 0, which explains what happened to Bravo Team. I adore I now adore Resident Evil 1. It's, in my opinion, the truly the scariest game that I have ever had the chance to actually sit down with and go through. every time I play this game, my heart goes boom, 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 because it's so anxiety inducing. This is a great game. I would honestly rate the remaster copy a 9.5 out of 10. That's the remaster copy. I'm not going to rate the original copy because it would not be right for me to rate it, because I didn't get very far in it at all, because I just couldn't stand it. So I'm not going to rate the original, but I am rating the Resident Evil Origins Collection a 9.5 out of 10. Thank you guys, and I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed this review, and I will see you next time with Resident Evil 2. Alrighty guys, bye.